This needed some cleaning, and there was some rubbish and some of the things. Most of the little parts were in a bag, and I was afraid that it was missing some pieces, but I checked on unicron.com, and it has a deep, like it has both sides of the instructions, and that's how I figured out how to get this together. So I'll get it fully into the picture here. All right, so this is the rocket base from the Micromasters Transformers 1989. Now this booklet right here only goes up to 1988. I'm not sure, but I need to read why. Why in the world did he not include 1989? Because the book is not from 1988. It's from 2002. So why would you stop there? Because Generation 1 did not stop in 1988. Maybe the cartoons did, but Generation 1 went another. It doesn't have the Action Masters, and it doesn't have the Micromasters. And I think the Micromasters are important. So I do have larger books somewhere that have everything, but this is nice, compact, and it's full of details about, like look at Scorponok, for instance. Here's a Scorponok in both modes, which is like, meh, most books do that. But here's also what you really want, and this is why you want a field guide, so you can kind of like have a checklist, like I need this piece and this piece or whatever. So when you're out, this kind of fit in one of my pockets back in the day. $34, yes. I think I may have paid a little bit less, but not much, because this is worth every penny. This is, well, before the internet, we had these things called books, and I would rather go with books any day. I had to look up the instruction sheet on unicron.com, and I found out that I have all the pieces. I found out how to put this part together. The city mode was on the other side of the page. I flipped it over, looked at it, I'm going, let me just look at one thing at a time, because the main reason is Microman republished this, or whatever you want to call it, around 2000 in their Microman 1998 or 1999 Magna change line. So this was also used for them, and I'm trying to figure out like how in the world would they fit in it. So I remember that there was one place right here I was wondering how in the world would they fit in that. So I don't know if they changed the size of that to accommodate them, because for the Micromasters, they're clearly a smaller scale. So can he fit in there? If I can not be photo fingers, he can fit in there standing up. This is the little guy. It comes with the rocket base. Now, some places I see that make me feel like this is extremely Micronaut looking is this right here. This guy can fit in here just fine. That's the first time you're putting him in there, actually. And I'm like, well, it just looked like it would totally fit him. So let me bend it back down again. So, I mean, that, when I saw that, I was like, that looks very like this belongs on the Star Searcher, I think is what I called it. The Star something. Star something. This one is just a bit short, so I bet... No. There's a hole there to put the feet in, so... And I think this was one of the last ones ever made. This is the Spy Breasters, or whatever they're called. The reason is they got like you don't know what... You got to heat up their chest to make them... Is that the cat jumping on the roof? Okay, so every now and then the cat jumps on the roof, and it's like actually she jumps to that building and then right on top of here. And I'm like, gosh, not today. Well, it's not that hot today, I guess. During the summer, she stays off the roof more, thankfully. Okay. Well, even with the hole there, his feet aren't going in, but I bet they modified that part on the micro station. I wonder if somebody has both of them and did a comparison. I need to look that video up. So I bet there's better videos for this. I wonder if I've been watching Patriot Prime's things lately. I haven't seen him do one on this. I just wanted to show you, hey, look, I got it cleaned up. It did have stickers on the bottom of the thing. For some reason, mine didn't have any instruction pages, whatever, but I probably would have thrown them anyway because they're gross. The stickers, they're kind of on the filthy side. This has been in somebody's basement for a long time, so all the parts that came in bags were fine, except for some reason, I don't know how, but these little guns right here, they had some stuff between them. So I was like, oh, I didn't notice that until it was too late. So I had to clean that out. And then putting it into the micro base, or it's micro base, Microman. It's, Micromasters, Microman. It's, my brain's getting a little bit confused today with all these words micro. I mean, I should do this for Micro Monday. But this is the little guy that came with it. And since it is Wheels Wednesday, we can talk about him being a wheels thing. I tried to transform one time, but I think... Okay, so the things on this side right here, I think they got to go up or something, because they're not... This folding down, those get in the way. And I don't see a way to tuck them in, so they may have to go back like this. So he just turns into like a little dune buggy for being on the moon. Moon buggy. I guess maybe like that. Sure, and there's like little chairs and everything in there. So it's a neat little vehicle. Micromasters, it wasn't really my thing back then. I do still have some from my childhood. Yeah, I was kind of not even a child back in 1989 still. But my little brother was definitely into them. I had the Lamborghinis, of course, and a few other ones. Well, so they're not bad. They're kind of cool now. There's some parts on here. I don't see the instructions where to put this at, but maybe it's whenever you open it up into the bigger base, which I don't think I'm going to get that on film because there's no way this thing's spread out. I think it's going to be bigger than this table because I did have it spread out when I was washing it and drying it out and stuff. We can take it a little bit at a time. Now, this rocket, I know it opens up. So I cleaned it when it was opened up. I don't know exactly how it's supposed to sit, though, so I didn't read that much of the instructions. Like I said, I definitely want to go check out Patriot Prime's video about this, see what he has to say. He's got little places to dock these things. This part right here definitely feels a lot like something from the Micronauts. Definitely. I'm getting that complete total vibe. This thing right here turns into like a vehicle somehow. It says it's a vehicle, but where the wheels are, I don't know. I didn't know what it's supposed to do. And this thing looks like it's going to become a radar dish. That also comes off. All right, this comes off, so I'm just going to take it off. It's got a little elevator. All right, this folds down. This comes out. Like I said, it spreads out very, very far apart. And it's got all these little roads you got to hook up to it so you can make it to the, like a base where you drive into it. Dun, dun, dun. So that's what I'm saying. It spreads out and it spreads out and it spreads out and it spreads out. And it's just so much things that kicks out. Oh, here's the roads I was looking at in the instructions. Like, I don't remember any roads. So it's really just the gray roads that attach to, like, these pieces. I think these pieces go in here. Again, I haven't explored it fully. I just got it cleaned. I was cleaning it up yesterday and kind of looking at today, trying to figure out what am I supposed to be doing with this. Oh, look, it's got like a little place to play in. See, I would have dug this a lot back in the day. So he's got a little hole in his feet so he can put right here. This is like a little computer area. I would have really enjoyed this back in the day. Oh, here's where the road. Okay, sorry. Like I said, I was looking on the telephone for these instructions, which is not good for your eyes to begin with. I feel like I'm going to break this. Like there's supposed to be a release button I'm supposed to push. I don't see any spring-loaded stuff to it, though, so just... Ooh. This is so old. This is like from 1989, so I'm really afraid I'm going to break it. And I was shocked. When I found this at the flea market for $20, I was like, yeah, I'll have that. I still got the box, even though the box is disgusting, but it's historical information, so I need it. It came in the box. The box was ratty. It looked like a rat had chewed out half of it. Oh, yeah, these definitely fit on the ends. You're like, what am I talking about? Right there. These little things right here definitely fit right there now. The little things on the side. So you can turn your little transformer into a car, or I guess you can get a Hot Wheels car and play with it as well. I'm not sitting where I got a Hot Wheels car handy. Of all times. It's Wheels Wednesday. I don't have a Hot Wheels car ready. See where it's rusted? That's not me rusting it. It's been sitting in somebody's basement for who knows how long. It smelled. I did get rid of most of the smell. Good. Because this piece right here had a lot of stuff on it. Not to the point where it looked like somebody put it in the toilet or anything. But it just was stuff that I had to clean off. And it wasn't... I thought I was going to have to really get in and scrape. And it wasn't obviously stored out where there was light. Because nothing here yellowed. So the heat or light or sunlight that normally yellows these things... Evidently, I missed that. That's great. That's fantastic because this is still just as white as it was back then. Oh, I did miss some places. Like right here, see what I'm saying? It's not like... It's just gunk. That's all there is to it. Well, you know what I did bring over here? I did have some, I was going to do this anyway, after I was going to spot check it a little bit. But I thought for the most part, it looks good enough not to worry about it. But now that I'm on camera, I'm seeing all those little things that I missed. Alright, trying to get the wet wipe things that I got. These are all dried out, unfortunately. But I mean, if you even have wet wipes that are no longer wet, and you know, well, we're using water, it's not technically water. Look, they're strong. That's the great thing about using these. I use them to wash dishes with because they're so strong. These things. So yeah, there's a little bit of dirt right there, mud or whatever you want to call it. Gunk. I just call it gunk. So yeah, I still got a little bit more cleaning to do. And if I put stickers on it, if I use the stickers that came with it, and I think I might, I don't know. I need to look at the stickers more carefully. There's some red right there. I don't know if it's just, well, it's coming off. All right. So overall, for something that's been sitting in a basement, it has obviously not been played with because everything, all these little things were completely bagged up, sealed in the bag. Evidently, I think what this guy, he bought it for his children, forgot about it, and it just sat there. Or maybe the children were like, thanks, Dad, we're not into this. And, you know, I don't know what happened exactly. Yeah, it needs some more, a little bit more TLC before I can. Whew, is that like a spider thing? Yee. Okay, yeah, that's like a on the screw here. Yee. I'm giving. Ugh. It's like a spider gunk. Right, so I need to get some Q-tips in here and get into these holes and make sure I get any of the gunk out. Looks like at one time a spider did leave in there. Yeah, there's a lot of little holes in this 5mm holes that look very transformerish or very micro knots-ish. And there's little pieces of, I guess it's plastic. Or spider webs. That's the thing it's the thing about this. You know, you're trying to research. Oh, I totally missed that. Look at that. That treads right there. It's got spider gunk all over it. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of restoring that needs to be done to this thing. It's not as bad, though, as I thought it was going to be. When I first saw it inside the box, this thing right here is just covered with stuff that I clearly didn't get in. Okay, so where it was closed, it's hard to get into. But overall, man, this is a beautiful piece. And again, there is rust. I don't know how to fix the rust other than just paint over it with some like a clear acrylic paint. You know, this Mod Podge stuff, spray over it with that, it's sealed. It's not going to rust anymore. It's kind of like Rust-Oleum that's clear. And if I put the stickers on there, I'm definitely going to go over it with some either the Mod Podge or the matte finish. But yeah, this thing is gorgeous. I'm so happy I found this for only 20 bucks. And Micro Man is really digging his new whatever you want to call this thing. This looks so much like it. And you could tell there's going to be stickers that need to be put on here. You know, see? It's just there's little gunky places that have gunk in them that you just... Overall, though, it wasn't bad. I thought I got it all, but... You know how when you're cleaning and some things just turn translucent on you? That's what happens. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to go watch that video, try to find some videos on this, and then maybe a video on how to use Mod Podge. Some different things, because this is my... I don't even want to put this, but hey, in this mode, yes, it takes up way too much space, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, that right there, there's so many things on here I think that are cool looking. I don't know why I passed on this. I mean, when I first, like I said, I had a friend lived in Japan. He used to send me Japanese Microman stuff, and I sent him American Beast Wars stuff at that time. And at that time, I was just like, I think I was just tired of this by this point. It was the very last thing they made was the Micro Station. And I was like, well, you know, it's just a copy of the American Micromaster ones. I don't want it. Oof, that's scary. This always scares me every time I do that. And I was just like, don't want it. Now I wish I would have gotten it just so I can have it also. I love the classic colors on this. I love the red, white, and blue. Or, well, there's some white on this. Yeah, fantastic set. And 20 bucks. I got it all for 20 bucks. You cannot beat that. I'm going to put it, I think it's going to definitely stay in this mode. And I'm going to have to find a shelf space for this. Even though wide ways, I definitely have a place to put it. That missile on top, it may be too big because it's an area on the bookshelf since I started putting some of the books that I'm like, I'm never going to read these. I put those in storage. Yeah, definitely awesome. A little bit more cleaning, like right there. See some gunk right there? It's the gunk that gets stuck in the areas where when you open it one way you're cleaning, you close it the other way you're cleaning, and it's like you keep missing it because it's in the cracks and crevices. All right, so I'm not sure where to put this or this. I don't see any holes when it's in this mode. There's that hole, but that's a screw hole, really. Yeah, see all that rust? Lots of rust. But overall, guys, emails have this one. Let me know in the comments. I really want to know what you thought of this when you were younger and had this. Again, I do have more pieces. I'm sure they go in the open base mode. Here's the helicopter pad. And yes, I do have the long piece. I got every piece that, according to the instructions that go with it. It's just someone got pushed back a little bit. There's even these two little guns. Some of them were definitely not up to the same size. All right, in this mode, I'm gonna have the little dude. I wish he had like a little peg hole right here. But yeah, that would look like an awesome display piece right there. Yeah, the only thing discolored that I can tell is the tip of the missile, but even that's starting to clean up pretty nicely. It was a lot more, I don't know, mud colored, but it's starting to clean up nicely. It must be made out of a different type of plastic, but it doesn't feel like it. Normally, you know how they make them out of rubber on the tips in case somebody has to poke somebody else in the eye. Then they say, well, we tried to make sure it didn't happen, so nobody can sue us. Oh, you know what? Since the other guy can't fit in there, you know, these can serve side by side with the Micromasters. Micromasters can be like their little R2-D2, their little, astromech droids, so to speak. Is he not even sitting in his own thing? Because of his wheels, he can't even fit in his own little station that's made for him. There we go. Just barely squeezing in there. All right, so he's on this side and he's on this side. They got this thing covered. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, so while we're just adoring this thing, I do want to show you a little bit more of this book, because this is a fantastic book. I love this book. I was looking through it going, where is it at? Where is it at? I went and started at the back because I figured 1984 till like 1989 was really the last year, but I don't know why some people just don't consider it the last year. Oh, love the Technobots. Predaking was one of my favorites. I remember I got it. I was so excited. So if you want to know all the pieces that go to Predaking, for instance, it'll probably come with the Predacons themselves. So we got the Predacon's foot, 2 lasers, sword. The hand, 2 lasers, sword. So again, this is a fantastic thing if you are trying to figure out pieces you're missing. Like I have a collector case full of pieces, and some of the pieces I know what they go to. Like I got that bridge right there. I know what it goes to. But some of the pieces I'm like, I don't know what it goes to. It's been so long. I had this whole thing. I love this. The one that I had that was bootleg did even more. This part right here, when you got it in this mode, you flip this over and you can push something and it shoots the thing off of the thing. It didn't do that in America, which I don't understand. And speaking of Ferraris, I was getting the Porsche vibe from it. The Ferrari I built today, I was getting this vibe from this because it had the red with the yellow line. I think that's Dead End, right? Dead End, yeah. I get their names mixed up sometimes. Breakdown's my favorite, of course. Dead End's definitely second. I never liked Dragstrip. And then, look, a Ferrari 308. That's very close to the one I built today as far as numbering system. Like, this thing has a lot of pieces, so there you go. If you're right, I wonder if I have all the pieces. here you go. I did just get a knockoff of this, so I could check to make sure they got all the pieces in it. Again, this is a fantastic book. It's got everything from 1984 all the way up to 1988. Unfortunately, is where they stopped. And I don't understand why they didn't include the Action Masters. I know some people are like, well, they're 1980 members. Whatever. He does have like Cybertronian mini vehicles. That's actually the same thing. It's just the Cybertronian numbers. He goes all the way to Beast Wars in the back right here. He's got G2, Cybertron, Destron, G2, Battlestars, Zone, Victory. You know, I really would like to set up everything in a room, but Transformers is definitely one of the best toys ever. It's my favorite from the 80s. Jetfire. He's awesome. So I have extra pieces to this that I won't ever find the whole thing to. Like, those pieces are almost impossible to get. These are just, all these pieces are though, they just clip this on. Like this and this are connected to the leg with this piece. It's like a bridge. See, like right there, you see the clip. So you got this plugging into this, clipped onto the leg like this. So it makes a whole C going around it. This, and this go together. I remember my cousin had these. I thought, they're okay. Trax was awesome. My cousin, my neighbor Chris LaBianco and I used to think Trax was the coolest one. That's one of my favorite jets, Skywarp. But yeah, it's a fantastic book. I definitely want to read the foreword to it and go find out why did they not include 1989. Finally, I would like to remind you that this is just a guide. With the advent of the internet and online options, you had the internet in 2002? Yeah, I know. My first time being on the internet was 1997, I think. And I was not impressed. I did not care for it. We just found prices. Back then, they didn't have YouTube and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, why would I want to get on here and waste my time? I mean, most of the time, you're just trying to find, stuff that you can already find in books easier. Do our best. Although they did so one of the things I was fascinated with when I first found the internet, I remember seeing a kiosk set up in the middle of the mall, and I was like, what is this? And it was like, so these computers are hooked to other computers. And it's like, yeah, just search a word, any word you want to search. I was like, all right, Micronauts was the very first thing I ever searched. And I did find this website that showed me Micronauts from Italy that I didn't know even existed. Like, the green Baron cars, the kind of thing that has a bug face and his lantern, bug, whatever, dog, horse, sidekick. That was fascinating to me, but I was like, yeah. So I would just be on there looking up that kind of stuff. That's all I'd use it for. All right, here's the conundrum I have. Broadside. A lot of people hate Broadside. I think he's okay. And then, I love Venom. He's one of my favorite. I had him, but his wings broke off. They were so fragile. I didn't care for Ransite too much. Chop was one of my favorites. I didn't have him, but I did get like a modern version of him. It was like a little sidekick with, I just like his colors. Let me just be honest with you. I like his colors. Those things, I never cared for him too much. There it is. Okay, so the new weaponizer or weaponeers or whatever, that's what he's trying to be like. I thought he was trying to be like a GoBot, but he's the Power Dasher drill tank. He's what he's supposed to look like. He's got that drill head on him. Huh. Well, I picked the Thorium Orbiter guy. Gosh, I hope that comes today. I really want to get it and play with it. All right. I'm just excited about, this thing right here. I just wish it was in my book. This is a fantastic book, other than the fact they have no Micromasters in here. I do have bigger books, but this is the one that would fit in your pocket. Well, if you wear like camouflage pants like I do, it'll fit in the bigger pockets. But the other ones, they're like more classical, bigger than like magazine width and thicker than this. So those magazines right there, or the bigger books, you couldn't just carry around with you when you were going out to flea markets and stuff. This thing, yeah, I used to carry it with me going to flea markets, and every time I go through a junk thing, I go, oh, look, I found the gun to so-and-so, that kind of thing. That's how I ended up with a big box full of guns and weapons and all kinds of stuff to to these guys because people are like, how much is this handful of stuff? A quarter. Okay. Well, I've wasted enough of your time. Thanks a lot for spending some time with me again today. I just wanted to jump on here and share my love of Transformers, and I guess it's Wheels Wednesday, so these got wheels on it. Technically, it does. It's got little tiny wheels right here. It's got 4 wheels where the pretend treads are. I just wish I'd have gotten this back in 1999-ish, that era, whenever they came out with it. All right.